time for healing with the blues. Healing with the blues. That's right, I'm healing with the blues. I've got nothing left to lose. That's why I'm healing with the blues. Such a pain inside. The love that's there for me, I have denied. I've never had the blues this long, this deep, this wide. That's why I'm healing with the blues. Yeah, because blues is a healer. And the reason why it's a healer is because it helps you release those negative feelings. And when you acknowledge, own, and honor your feelings, they don't have any power over you anymore. I was reading through my listing of people who have answered the questions to come into this group. And one of the questions is, what's your challenge, if you care to share that? And I'm not going to name names, but there are a few in here where people are replaying their trauma over and over again. This is a really typical thing for people to do, because what happens is it keeps coming up, whatever the trauma was, because it hasn't yet been resolved. Whether it's resolved energetically or emotionally, spiritually, mentally, physically, we have to acknowledge, own, and honor our feelings so that we can release them. And so I do many different modalities, and I've called that collection many things, but I think we're settling on intuitive soul healing, because that's really what we're doing. We're using the intuition, those whisperings that we are receiving all the time, to help us hone in on what's really going on and release that physiology. Because every emotion, and you can see this chart behind me right here with the apples on it, has 140 emotions on it. So we can go in and muscle test and see what those emotions are that we can interrupt that pattern with positive emotions, and interrupt the pattern of the negative emotion, and allow yourself to be released from that prison of doing the same thing over and over again subconsciously, and we don't even know what's happening until the symptoms show up. I want to share with you a video that I made about this some time ago. I'm going to put the link here in the comments so that you can watch it. And it's about 12 minutes and explains it very well, why those feelings that become subconscious start running your body, running your physiology. And it's a great little review for those of you who have already seen this, to go in and watch that video. It's really gets right down to it and how this happens, because it's a human thing. It's not a fault, it's not a blame, it's not a shame, it's just how human beings work. And you can look that up in Guyton's textbook of medical physiology. It's really all there. The autonomic nervous system getting stuck in a pattern and staying there and not being released from it. When we go into a trauma to release it, we don't have to relive the whole thing. In fact, there's a technique that I use. It's called standing outside the theater. So you know what movie's playing. You were in that movie, that trauma. You don't need to go in there to see it again. You just need to acknowledge the feelings that you have about it. So let's do some of that right now. So if you were in a traumatic situation, of course there's going to be shock. Let me just write this down before I forget, because it's easy to remember. It's easy to forget all the different feelings. So there's shock. What else? And feel free to chime in the comments. There's shock. There's fear. And when your body goes into shock, that's fight or flight response. So you might faint. You might have lightheadedness, feeling dizzy. These are all stress responses. So when people say, I have a lot of stress in my life, this is what's happening physiologically in your life. Can't think straight, feel dizzy, feel like you don't have control of your body, so feeling out of control. What else? Shock, fear, What else do you feel like? Are you shoulding on yourself? Are you saying I should have known better? Yeah, we're going to cover that. Shoulds, shame, blame. These are all feelings that human beings have when something traumatic happens. Shame, blame, what else? Anybody want to chime in there? What other feelings? And you can put them in the comments if you're watching this on a replay too. And then use your feelings that you've put in the comments and put them into the tapping that we're going to do. So the reason why I'm doing the tapping is because it's very simple to do in this little rectangle that we have. When I'm doing bioenergetic synchronization technique, that's when I'm finding the feeling that's on the chart here. And I'm having you place your eyes in a certain location. I'm having you do a certain breathing, 4-count breathing, hold it in or hold it out. One of those 3, you're going to do those. And then you're going to place your eyes in a certain location, usually down and left or left. Eyes are closed. Sometimes eyes are open, looking up and to the right. So these things all correspond to parts of the brain. And as we change the breathing, the body has to pay attention to what's going on. Oh, breathing's changed. What's going on? So what we're going to do right now, though, is the tapping, the emotional freedom technique. And you can find this, the diagram for the tapping points is on the Quantum Healing website. It's under the resources page, and I'll put that up here too so you can see that. I want you to use these things. People say, oh, you're giving too much away. I'm like, look, people need help right now. So it's not about giving it away. It's about you learning how to do it. Now, here's the thing, of course. If you need assistance, and most people do need assistance in healing these things, because it's really hard to be on the inside of the bottle and read the label on the outside of what's really going on, what's showing up, unless you have somebody there that's doing that. Just like a director has to show up for a stage play or a film or anything like that, you have to be able to see what other people are seeing and go even deeper and use intuition to find out where the root cause of this issue is. We know something terrible happened, but there's something that's keeping it going. So we want to make sure to do that. And then I'll also direct you to the programs page, because we have some really wonderful programs that you can take advantage of to help you assist in moving this stuff out of your life and know how to do it yourself too. So let's do some tapping on trauma that's happened in your life. So I want you to take a deep breath, close your eyes, allow yourself to let all the weight of your body sink down into the chair. Let the weight of your body come down toward the earth. If you're lying down, just let it come down toward the earth. Take another deep breath. Remember, what is that trauma that you want to get rid of? You don't have to go into it, just remember what it is. Take a deep breath. Another nice deep breath. And imagine yourself standing on the outside of that movie theater. You know the movie that's playing inside. You know what happens. You were there. You don't have to go in. And take 2 fingers and tap on the inside corner of your eyebrows. There I am. Repeat after me. Go to the side of your eyes. I am so shocked by what's happening to me. Under the eyes. I'm so filled with fear about what's happening. Under the nose. And I feel out of control. Under the lips. This is so awful. Under the collarbone. And I'm in shock. I can't believe this is happening. It doesn't make sense. Then under the arm, about 4 inches below the armpit, right there. And I'm totally out of control. Top of the head. I have no control in this situation. Eyebrows, and I should have known better. Side of the eyes. I should have seen this coming. Under the eyes. I should have known how to get away from this. Under the nose. And it's a shame that this is happening. under the lips. And I'm blaming myself because I should have seen this coming. And I'm right about that. I should have seen this coming. Under the arm again. And I want to let this go. Top of the head, but I can't let it go. Eyebrows again. I won't let it go. Side of the eyes. You can't make me let it go. Under the eyes, but what if I could? Under the nose, what if I could let this all go? Under the lips, all this shame, all this blaming myself, all this shock, all this fear, all this guilt. It's driving me insane. Literally, I feel like I'm losing my mind. So out of control. So unable to cope. I just want to let it go. I'm going to acknowledge my feelings. I'm owning my feelings. I'm honoring my feelings. These are my feelings. This is how I feel. And I'm just going to honor that. Okay, now take a deep breath and see if that doesn't feel a little different now. Sometimes it'll bring it up to a higher level of stress. Sometimes it'll lower it. We want it to come down eventually. So if it feels like it's higher, we want to tap on those feelings and add in the ones that you're feeling about what happened too. So let's do another round and see if we can't get this number down for you. Like on a scale of 0 to 10, let's say 10's the worst you can feel. Are you at an 8 or a 9? And did you come down to a 5? We want you to come all the way down to 0. And we can do that, and we do that when I'm working with you one-on-one. We might use this technique and some bioenergetic synchronization technique and some emotion code. We might do all these things at once. I'm showing you this one thing that you can do right now. Easy for you to do. Name your feelings, acknowledge your feelings, honor your feelings. They're your feelings. This is you taking up space on earth, and it's okay. So let's tap again. There I am. Side of the eye, taking up space under the eye. And I feel so fearful under the nose. I feel dread about even thinking about this under the lips. And I just don't even know where that's coming from under the collarbone. This happened so long ago, but it feels like it's happening right now again under the arm, and I want to let it go. Top of the head, but I can't let it go. Eyebrows, it's still there after all this time. Side of the eye. I can't believe I still have to deal with this under the eye. It's been running my body for so long under the surface. Under the nose. Subconsciously, I'm playing this over and over again under the lips, and I want to let it go. Under the collarbone. I've had enough of this blame and shame under the arm. I've had enough of shoulding on myself. I should have. Top of the head. I've had enough of feeling this dread and fear. Eyebrows. And I'm honoring my feelings. Side of the eye. I'm acknowledging my feelings under the eye. These are my feelings under the nose, and my feelings are important to me under the lips. And anyone that told me I should just forget about it under the collarbone doesn't know what they're talking about under the arm, because you can't forget. Top of the head just drives it in deeper to try to forget something. Can't do it. Not possible. But as I release the feelings around this situation, all the feelings of blame and shame, all the feelings of I should have known better even though I was a child, all the feelings of I should have done something about it even though I had no power to do that. I'm releasing them. I'm letting them go. I'm honoring them because my feelings are the way that I encounter the world. How I feel about things is how my body runs. And I'm okay with that. But my negative feelings aren't going to run my body anymore. They were important when I was running across the forest floor looking for food, or when someone cuts me off in traffic. But I don't have those feelings of survival because I need to survive this moment. That was in the past. And I'm bringing myself right here, right now, into the present by tapping and acknowledging my feelings. Take a deep breath. Are you buzzing a little bit? You might be buzzing a little bit, because that happens when we're doing this. The tapping part is tapping on acupuncture points, which is how energy is running through your body, and this is the magic part of it, is every time you tap, you're bringing your body back from fight or flight to rest, digest, and heal. So important. And if you've been watching me here in this group for the last, since 2019, last 5 years, you will have seen me do this many times. And I just want to remind you that that's what you can do that yourself. But if it's getting to a point where big changes need to happen, where your life is not going in the direction that you want, and you've had enough, and you're really so uncomfortable with the way things are that you need to do something different, and it's going to be big because your life needs to change. This is where you call in assistance. That's where you have to have someone come alongside like me to help you move through that, because nobody does this by themselves. I'm telling you, if you think you're going to work on it by yourself, good luck, because it is very, very difficult to do. Almost impossible, I would say. You have to have someone that's going to hold the space for you for healing, to hold the space for you to do this work, and to keep guiding you through it so that you don't start going off on another path that isn't going to get you where you want to go. It's important. We're not meant to be by ourselves in this. We're meant to have assistance. We're meant to have someone come alongside. Wherever two or more are gathered, there I am also. That's what Source tells us. So when we're gathering together, we're calling in Source energy. And I'm using generic terms because so many people have been hurt by religious terminology. We're not going to do that unless you feel comfortable with it. But what we really want to do is open ourselves to all the good that's out there for us. So let's see. I hope this is running in the right way. You have some links here that you can access. And I also want to tell you about the energy scanning class that we're doing. We're doing that May 19th and 20th. It'll be all day, so you'll need to take time off Monday, the 20th, in order to do it. I'm putting the link here to access that. When we do this class, we're teaching you how to do energy scanning, and that's one of the things that I've done that's opened my life up and my work up to so many people, because you have intuition, you have 7 senses. You have the first 5, and then you have psychic ability and intuition. And if you've been told that that's negative or bad or it's evil, that's not true. It's a spiritual gift. Those are both spiritual gifts that are mentioned in Scripture. And people have those gifts. And if you don't use them, they will die away. Just like if you don't use a muscle, it atrophies and then it becomes weak. Well, most people have had some experience in their life where they can tell something's going to happen, or their intuition tells them something, or they have some psychic experience, of any kind, it's really okay. You're not weird. You're not, you know, evil. That's not evil. Source is talking to us all the time. And when I teach people how to do muscle testing, they can't believe that it's really happening. And one of the first things that they say is, that's crazy. It's not crazy. It's crazy to them because people have been so removed from who they really are as the invincible divine expressions of love that they are, that they don't realize that they've been having this conversation all this time, ignoring their body, ignoring their spirit. You know, we have this technology where we can talk to somebody on the other side of the world in real time and see them and connect with them. And that's what I'm doing when I'm doing the intuitive energy scan. I'm reading the person's chakra energy and experiencing for them, see the chakra banner right there, and helping them experience what it's like to acknowledge that you have a spiritual basis for who you are. You are a human, you are a spiritual being having a human experience, not the other way around, which I started to say. This is a house for your spirit to walk around in. This is a temple for your spirit to walk around in. And we're given these for a reason. So experiencing the world, experiencing all the ups and downs, it's a very difficult place to be. And it can be heaven on earth, but it doesn't have to be. You can make it as difficult as you want. And people do. They make it really hard to be here for themselves. So if you want to choose the easy way, if you want to choose the loving way, if you want to have more compassion for yourself that overflows to everyone else, I suggest strongly that you do this tapping today and then let yourself look at some of the things that we have to offer here for you. Because there's nothing like opening yourself to more joy and love and releasing the negative emotions. They're not bad emotions, they're negative. We don't want to judge them. Our emotions are ours. And we have all these emotions because it helps us to guide ourselves. This feels good. I'm going to keep going in that direction. This feels wrong. I'm not doing that. I'm not going to go in that direction. And when we keep doing that over and over again, we start to learn that we actually can design our lives the way we want them and let God use us. If that's what you want, that's what you want, then you can do that too. It's really okay. As you open yourself to more of what God's source has for you, you'll be directed. You'll know what to do. It's not a big mystery. People would like it to be a mystery. They don't want you to have power. You've all been born with power. Everyone has it. So let's use it for our highest good, and that's good for everyone. Okay? So let's take a prayer break here, and we'll end with this prayer. So take a nice deep breath. Imagine that you're breathing up through your crown chakra, up into love, light, source energy, up into the center of the universe, wherever that is. And as you exhale, let that energy come back down through all layers, all levels, down through all the chakras, down through the center of your body, down through your feet, into the core of the earth. As I say these words in the I am for everyone listening. God is all there is. Love is all there is. Light, life, and source energy is all there is. And I recognize right here and right now that I am one with God, love, light, life, and source energy. I am never separated from this energy. But if I feel separated, all I have to do is breathe in, inspiration, and fighting spirit in, and exhale gratitude. Thank you. I'm so grateful to be able to put my attention on my spirit, on my energy, on who I really am. Without all of this, I'm so grateful for that, and I know that Source has my back, that I am being listened to, I am being heard. And if I don't feel like that, I can just ask for a sign. I would like a sign to know that I am being heard. I would like a sign that is so obvious I can't miss it. I would like a sign to know that I am part of this beautiful creation, not apart from it. And I'm so grateful for that. I'm going to be thankful like it's already happened. and just let it drop in to my life. Maybe it's a flower, maybe it's a zebra, maybe maybe it's something really amazing like a rainbow, but I'm just going to ask for that sign and allow it to show up in my life. And please make it obvious so I can't miss it. Thank you. I'm grateful to have my guides, my guardian angels, my spirit helpers, those who have passed on before me that are on the other side of that thin veil who are cheering me on. I'm grateful for the assistance I receive here in the physical plane and for all those in my life, even those friction relationships where I'm learning so much. I'm learning about forgiveness. I'm learning about releasing negative thoughts, negative feelings. I'm learning about acknowledging them, owning them, and honoring my feelings, no matter how negative they are. I'm grateful that I have a full spectrum of feelings. And I'm grateful to know that there are those here that are willing to assist me in expanding my mind, my heart, my compassion. I authorize my subconscious to let it be so, to dissolve any constrictions or contractions keeping me from my highest good. I say that it's so, and I let it go, knowing that it's already done. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. And so it is. I'm so grateful for you. Please make sure to get in touch with me. If any of these things are something that you're interested in, just call me. There's a scheduler on all those pages. You can make a time to talk with me and ask any questions that you like. I'm excited to see who's going to show up for this, because I know there's a few of you that really need to do this, so come on in. The water's fine. Take care.